Well, there is so much to do around Arizona. This morning, Irene is learning the sport of paragliding.
Hi, Irene. What's going on? You got to have some guts, I think, to strap yourself to one of these parachutes and fly around.
Well, Troy says, I feel like this is something I've always wanted to do. I've had friends who've done this. And when I saw the assignment today, I'm like, oh, paragliding, great. Now, there's not a ton of wind today. We're not actually going to go up in the air. But these people here are learning more about what it takes to do it. You can see that they're just running with them now, at least getting them up in the air. Well, they're not going up in the air, but they're at least getting the top parts up in the air. If I can even think, what's the word for those? Kite? What's technically the word?
Paragliders.
Paragliders, thank you. I couldn't think of the word there. So Chandler's going to talk with us a little bit about paragliding. What is it? What does it take to learn to do this sport?
Yeah, so paragliding is a motorless, backpackable aircraft. And we launch off of mountains, and we're also towed aloft, where we would release, and we fly in two types of lift primarily: ridge lift up against a mountain or a cliff, or thermals, where we go up like when you see a bird turning and going up. We do that, and we try to fly for long distances.
And you've mentioned you've done this for 20 years. So what is the thrill of it? If people have never done it, what does it feel like?
It feels amazing. It feels very much smoother than people think. It's not like skydiving where you exit out of a plane real quick or anything like that. You get the glider in control above your head, and then you run off the mountain, and it's very smooth, and it's a perfect mix of adrenaline and also really not too much adrenaline and just a lot of fun.
So you do it, you said sometimes at South Mountain, right?
We do.
And then you just run off the mountain.
We do. We run straight off the mountain and hopefully get in thermals and fly up.
So what are some of the conditions you need? Obviously you need hopefully a little bit of wind and stuff like that to be able to do this, right?
Yeah, we're pretty light wind, 0 miles per hour to 15 miles per hour or so. We're good in. We don't fly in a lot of stronger winds. But what you just saw there was some what we call no wind forwards. It's the hardest thing we do physically training besides hiking up a mountain with the backpack. And so, yeah, that's no wind forwards right there. And we come to the park and we practice kiting and ground handling the glider and getting good at it in stronger winds as well.
And then I don't know what level they're at, but how long have these students or people here been doing this to get to this point where they at least could get it up in the air?
Yeah, so to do a no wind forward like that really just takes a few hours in the park and then some practice on their own and then working with me again. We have a range of students here. We have pilots that have been flying as long as I have and have flown over 100 miles cross country. And then we have some beginners out there that are just getting ready to do their first flights coming up.
And what are some of the safety things you do? You had mentioned that sometimes you go tandem with someone else who's more experienced if you've never done this before.
Yeah, so we do instructional lesson tandem flights where we hook the person, the pilot, with us and take them up. And then as far as safety is concerned, there's a lot. There's somewhere around 20 hours of ground school, and there's a whole lot of time in the park here learning pre-flight and how to hook in correctly. And there's books like you saw on the table over here. There's a lot of ground school because it is an aviation-based adventure sport. So there's that whole element of a lot of safety, a lot of ground school, and proper new current equipment is obviously vital.
And we'll get into more of that equipment when we come back in about 20 minutes or so. But just to wrap things up here this morning, tell us, if people want to get involved, if they want to learn how to do this, how can they do that?
Yeah, so in Arizona, I'm one of the primary instructors, and there's the United States Hang Gliding and Paragliding Association, and that's a website, or you could just Google paragliding in your hometown and find a local USHPA, United States Hang Gliding and Paragliding Associated accredited instructor, and go out to their school and do what we call an introductory course, where we just meet with you, we show you the books, we talk about it, and really get fully informed to make sure that the sport is for you. So you know the money commitments, the time commitments, and things like that. It is the most affordable way to get into aviation.
Well, yeah, compared to buying a plane, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It's very attractive.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Chandler, this morning. And we are going to be back live again later on in the hour with more on the equipment and what's involved. So right now, we'll send it back to you.
I love that. Right behind you, Irene, there's a guy that just took off, and you can see that parachute up in the sky. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I didn't see that behind me.
There is like an art form route to the parachute folding and the whole thing.
you want to make sure you do it right, because that's a big step off that mountain. All right.
Well, Irene looks ready to try paragliding.
Yeah, you're gutsy, Irene. You say you want to do this. I'm not sure I could do it.
Well, we're not going to actually jump off any cliffs here because we don't quite have the conditions to do that, and we're also not able to get to the top of South Mountain today. But we're going to talk with Chandler a little bit about the equipment, and I'm going to at least in a little bit, at least try and get these up in the air. So we'll get these guys up in the air to try and show us a little bit about what they're doing. And Chandler talked to us about what it takes to do paragliding and some of the equipment involved here.
Yeah, so these are obviously paragliders you see in the background. They're doing a no-wind forward launch. This is what a typical harness looks like. They've gotten really light and compact over the time, so we can get a medium setup for somebody that weighs about 30 pounds, which is pretty incredible. And this is a paraglider in the bag and just wrapped up, and they all fit in a backpack like you can see down there at the bottom of the table. And anywhere, depending on your size, anywhere from 25 to 40 pounds of equipment, and you're hiking up a mountain and flying off.
Well, talk to me about the kind that I have. I have this harness on here. You said this is one that's it's a little lighter, I think you said, right?
Yes, this is more of a hike and fly harness with a little bit of airbag protection on there. There is still a rescue parachute in there if you were to lose control of your glider, and that's specifically designed for just really mountaineering type hike and fly.
So I'm in the advanced harness, let's put it that way, right?
Yes, you are, and you're going to try to forward launch the more advanced wing over there.
The more advanced wing. I love that they're trusting me with this. So we're going to head over. Brian's going to stay far out of the way. I tried it earlier and I almost hit him. But granted, this thing's only 3 pounds. I really can't do that much damage. Let's put it that way. So we're going to head over here, Chandler, and you're going to show us how you strap me up in this thing. And then you're going to take the mic after you finish strapping me up, right?
Yes, I will. So yeah, this is just your regular risers that connect to the paraglider here. And there's A risers and middle risers, and we're going to get you hooked up. And the hardest thing we do, actually physical-wise, is the no wind forward in 0 wind.
And then what is this on my back right now? This is the harness here. What's in the back of it?
That's an airbag that actually inflates with air for if you were to have a not soft landing. And then there's a compartment to put your backpack and your camelback, your wallet, phone, and keys and everything like that.
Okay. So let's get the rest of me hooked up here. We're not going to do the bottom part of this harness just because I am in a dress. We tried it a little bit earlier, even loosely, and it would not be good for TV.
Yes,
so
and normally we would have you in a helmet as well, so that's not something we do normally.
But we are not jumping off any cliffs. We are staying on the ground, so it's different, very different.
So we're okay with that for this one time.
All right, so we're just about ready to go now, and you're going to tell me where to put my hands, right?
Yep, you're going to reach under there. You're going to grab those A risers again.
A risers there, okay.
Yep.
And then that's my brake, you said, right?
Yep, that's your brake control toggle.
What are you wearing for footwear? Do you have something you can run in?
Do you want to see my feet?
Well,
Brian, you want to pan down to my feet?
Oh, okay. You're just barefoot. Okay, good.
No, yeah, I'm bare feet.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who want to.
I said.
Okay, take that. You can reach underneath all of them again.
Okay, I'm handing over the mic.
You look great, Irene. You look like ready to tackle this.
Okay, right, there we go.
This is exciting.
Yep, you had your hands the right way the first time.
This way?
Yep,
okay.
just like that.
All right.
Then that brake in there again.
I'm about ready to go. Okay.
Yep, one more time. Let me just pull this out here.
All right, so we're almost ready here. We're gonna just make sure I'm all strapped in correctly.
Yep, hold that mic.
I'll hold the mic for him. Okay. Yeah. We're almost done. We're almost done, guys. We gotta make sure we're
going
safe
right
and
now.
efficient.
That's fine. We got another hour of the show.
Yeah, let's just hang with this.
No,
Okay.
Let go, let go. Let go.
Let go?
Yep,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, let's just stay on this the whole rest of the morning.
It could be though. It's such a delicate process, right? Because think of all the strings.
Okay.
Just like you did last time, you're
You
going
could
to
tangle.
get those eyes forward, bend those knees.
Okay, here we go.
Drive those shoulders forward, keep those arms back, bring them back for us, and run hard while you smile.
All right.
Run
Here
hard.
she goes. Bless you.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Keep running,
Very
keep running, keep
nice.
Nice
Oh,
work,
All right, pretty
Irene.
good. Pretty good.
good thing she didn't jump off
Did
a
I
cliff.
get it up as high as I did last time? I couldn't see.
Last time was perfect. That time we have a little bit of a crosswind, so it did kind of shoot over on the side.
It was not my fault, it was the
It
wind.
was still
She's a
impressive.
champ. You did really good, but we have a little crosswind here, so.
Yeah. So that
Great
was fun. That was fun. I did do better last time. No one videotaped it, so we don't have proof of it. But at
Good
least
work,
I got at
Irene.
least somewhat up in the air.
I think we videotaped.
I think you're a
So we have
natural.
proof that I got it up in there last time. So
Yes.
how long does it take to really get the hang of this?
Well, to get your P2 rating is what it's called, to fly P2 intermediate sites and fly on your own. We usually are looking at about 20 hours of ground school, probably anywhere from 15 to 20 hours or more in the park kiting in zero wind and different wind conditions and learning how to do everything. And it depends on weather and students' availability and stuff.
Well, very cool. I lost my AirPod when I was running, so I can't hear you guys, but I'll send it back to you, and that was a lot of fun.
Thank
Did
you,
I do okay?
Irene.
Good job.
She did a great job
She
out
did.
there.